Surfing feels more and more of like a distant, far-off kind of past life. I had everything taken away from me. A few weeks ago, I suffered another head injury. I just wanted to share my story in hopes of bringing some awareness to the importance of brain health and traumatic brain injuries.
Starting to get the new session started. Let's go.
Yeah, Becca.
I was flown down to Waco, Texas for this new surf contest. It's just a fun soft top event. I just remember falling and just bang. My head hits the concrete and immediate just shock from the base of my skull throughout my whole body. People grabbed me by my arms and were helping me get out of the water. This is probably about my sixth head injury.
This wasn't the first call that I had from her where she hit her head and lost her speech. Definitely rattled, for sure. Definitely scary having your sister call you and not really be able to form words.
I got done with a phone call with him and I was just in tears because I knew what the last time was like, and this time sounded even worse.
What should we ask the 8-ball? Will I surf again? Not getting an answer.
Oh, I got you something while I was at the hospital. Let me just find it. So happy to be resting and have a hot towel for the muscles in my neck. Still pushing through.
Probably not even gonna get her hair wet.
Good job.
It was pretty nice to grow up in New England.
We were a very outdoorsy or active athletic family. She would do gymnastics, skiing, skateboarding, swimming. She would bomb down the mountain with her poles out and her jacket open and flying behind her.
The first time I ever hit my head, I was 5. I was sledding and I went off a jump head first, and mid-air, lost my tube and scorpioned to my head. This most recent one was way gnarlier than anything I've ever experienced.
On a spectrum of 0 to 5, you're a little bit on the higher side there. So this is typically our patients that have had complex concussions or can't count concussions on one hand. They've got to use both. So essentially what this is indicating is that, Becca, your brain is not using energy the right way. So our next question is, well, what are we going to do about it?
Becca, what we're doing today is something called an EEG. And so what an EEG does is it just assesses the electrical activity of your brain. So we're just looking at, hey, how are those cells communicating?
I mean, I remember times telling my parents I feel like I'm in a dream, or I've always had issues sleeping. And I guess now when I realized that I had been living with consistent, unhealed head injuries, I was actually really struggling. I realized I have to not get back to normal. I have to get beyond normal, because I don't know what normal 100% me is.
Today, just do what you've been doing. Take it slow every day. Listen to your body.
I don't think I could drive right now.
Oh, you're getting that feeling?
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
All right, so tap A to start the game.
Use.
The plane, the bus, department store, or my brain has crashed. My mom's coming in to go over the scans. Like, some of these are like bottomed out.
Yeah, they are bottomed out.
A lot of red.
A lot of red, right? Once we know what's affected, then we know how to treat it. You know? So no homework and just, chilling versus homework and doing your therapy.
I'll choose that route.
You want this route?
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
She's had treatments all over, from Maine to Utah, all over California. One day she asked me, Dad, how much traveling have we done? And I was like, I thought about it for a little bit. It's been over 14,000 miles.
Just driving takes so much energy out of me. It's been 9 months, and I just got home. We were going to where it all started, Cinnamon Rainbow's surf shop.
I remember meeting her as a kid because I was putting fins in her board, showing her how to do it. And I remember looking up and seeing her like smile.
How are you?
Just like she's beaming, and I'm like, oh, it's awesome. I'm so proud of her when I walk by and I'll see pictures of her, on window displays. And I love to see the photos of her Billabong adventures. My reaction when she hit her head, it wasn't until I saw her once and I saw like her speech delay and everything, and realized like how serious it was and what a journey she was going to have to be on to get back.
I feel like I'm at a point where I can go through everyday life. Yeah, but I feel so shitty 24/7. My vestibular and vision still needs some work, a lot of work, and I still feel slow. My word retrieval is still struggling. The past few weeks have been really hard mentally. I've just been so over it. Just sick of not being able to live on my own, take care of myself. It's will I ever be able to again? Kind of in a weird limbo, taking on too much and then having to take a step back. It definitely feels like I've come a long way. I realized what I do now will only make me more capable of doing what I want when I'm better. Since last week, I feel like I had a pretty big breakthrough. When I don't feel well, I can still push through it. I also was like at the beach one day watching people surfing, and it actually looked really fun and made me want to surf. Probably a stupid idea to actually try it right now. Hello.
Hey, friend. Tomorrow's the big day. How you feeling about it?
I've kind of been like in a weird place mentally all day, actually. And I think I just don't want to like ever go through it again, because like I know how easy it's going to be for me to get another one. I think I'm having like a trauma moment or something. Maybe I think that's what it is, probably, right? Maybe that's where all this is just coming from.
It's like, how do you like break your whole body or your brain and expect yourself to go back out there with the confidence to be safe, you know?
I think I'll probably just know in the morning if we go and show up.
Yeah.
Three at 9. Pretty small. But honestly, the wall's kind of breaking still right now. So we could just do the wall. Okay. Now I'm excited. First, check. It's like I definitely don't feel good, but also I'm like scared.
Good morning.
I'm at the wall at 12th Street and I'm gonna suit up.
You know what?
I'm suiting up.
Oh my god.
All of these emotions kind of just flooded in. Embarrassment, frustration, and anger. It felt weird to be going back to something that took so much from me. I feel like at this point I've dipped my toe back in, and now it's time to get stronger, get confident, and relearn how to surf, I guess. I just like head down went, and then it was so natural. I can't stop smiling because I just had my 3rd session and it was so magical. It felt so good. That was such a fun one. Holy cow. I'm so happy. I feel good, so I'm gonna keep going. We're downsizing today. Once you push through the lowest lows is when you see the biggest growth. Oh, hey guys, welcome to my crib. More room to chill or hang out with your friends. So this is the first time I'm living on my own and taking care of myself since the injury. It's a huge sign of progress, which makes me really happy. It feels good. So I've been trying to surf as much as possible just to keep consistent progression going. I do really want to be back to shortboarding, but right now I'm just really happy where I'm at. Feelings-wise, I still get pretty fatigued. Even the light from the sun, I can feel my brain kind of shriveling up. I'm drawing a brain on my board. Right side is colorful because that's your creative side of your brain. Left side's gonna stay dark. Hopefully it'll show how beautiful the brain is. No promises though. Hi everyone, I'm Becca. I've struggled most with, not knowing what normal is and not knowing who I am without all of these repetitive TBIs. Just got back into surfing again, and it was something I wasn't sure, I wanted to do for a while, and I still struggle with, or have days where I question if it's something I should be doing, because I really, don't want to go through everything again. Don't know if I could go through it again. So the retreat is a week of practicing mindfulness, meditation, gentle yoga, and just connecting with others. It's really easy to feel alone when you have a TBI. Yeah, having that sense of community is really important. Before coming here, I was a little nervous because I didn't want it to open everything back up and bring back all of those emotions and feelings, because it does consume you.
It's such an area that I think is an important focus around brain injury is the expectation piece, because everyone expects you to change and get back to what normal is, rather than, hey, that could be unrealistic, or why does that need to happen? Rather than, well, what about all of us having to look at ourselves in relation to the change and adapting to what that looks like? How much of that question goes through your head? Should I surf? How much of that conversation is present in your life with the people around you or with yourself?
It's every day. And honestly, I didn't even want to surf until about a few weeks before I did surf.
I do think it's really important to emphasize that awareness of what is the driver that's leading you to want to get back on a board so much.
I think it's just because I love it. And I think too, if you're not doing what you love, then you're not really living at that point.
Think about the difference between an intention versus a goal. So a goal is something often in the future, very tangible, that we are trying to achieve and accomplish. Intentions, differently, are actually about right now, how we want to be in this moment, how we want to feel, how we want to be living. So it's more about me and how I want to be and how I want to interact in the world, and less about a thing I want to do or achieve or accomplish.
I didn't like that activity. Just felt suffocated in that situation. I removed myself, went down to the lake, and started to feel pretty angry. I just started smashing rocks. and it helped a lot.
Do you mind if I'm here, or do you want me to get out of your hair?
Yeah, I wasn't sure where it was coming from. I think it's just trying to like be like good enough for everyone else. Or like never feeling like you're good enough.
Yo, close your eyes.
So why is this card not good for you?
It tells me to express my feelings.
How do you feel today? Like not expressing your feelings?
So we've made these paper mache masks. And I realized I don't have to put on a mask for anyone. I just have to accept myself and be myself for who I am now. Whatever anyone else thinks of me, it doesn't matter.
You're very smaller.
This is my first big surf adventure since hitting my head. I was a little nervous because I know my surfing isn't up to par, but I was pretty excited to surf some new waves.
To trek through high tide ocean with
thousands of dollars worth of gear.
And we didn't film any of it.
We didn't film any of it. We were just trying to survive, honestly. Right now, I'm...
What? Just frothing it. Let's go back to this one.
Are you okay? Any hold? What up? How's the surf? Oh, it's cranking? All right, I'll see you soon. Okay, bye. Gotta go.